Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Well, the old fellows have stumbled upon something that might be a clue towards discovering the identity of the baby boy who's been left in their care. Abner accidentally scraped some gilt coating off the locket that was around the baby's neck, disclosing a coat of arms inside the locket. As we look in our little community today, we find Lum and Abner in their jot-em-down store and library, still trying to figure out the meaning of this insignia. Listen.
Well, was Dick Huddleston sure that this coat of arms don't belong to no king, Lum?
No, he wasn't sure, but he didn't think it did. He said there's lots of other folks besides kings that has insignias like this.
Well, did he look at this one good?
Oh, yeah. He even got out that magnifying glass of his and looked at it through that.
He did, huh?
But he said it more than likely just belonged to a fraternity or sororities or maybe a lodge or something like that.
A lodge?
Yeah.
Well, that's silly, Lum. That baby's way yonder too young to join the lodge, and you know it.
Well, who said anything
the
about
rule says we can't take nobody in the lodge till they get to be 21 years old. Says it right in the rules. They got to be 21 years old.
Abner, I know the rules of the lodge.
Well, how did the baby get in then? Hi, Doggy, you don't reckon that little rascal told a story about his age, do you?
Of course not.
Well, now, he might have, Lum. He's a smart little rascal.
Abner, he couldn't have did no such a thing as that. He can't talk hardly. All he can say is bye-bye and dada and water, and he can't say them very good.
Yeah, that's right, ain't he? Well, I don't know how you managed to join up, then.
I never said the baby belonged to a lodge yourself.
Oh, I know you never. No, I know it. Dick Huddleston was the one that said it. But I still think he's wrong. I know I've never saw the baby at none of the meetings, and he ain't paid no dues, or at least not that I know of.
Abner, Dick never said he belonged to the lodge neither.
Huh?
What's more, he weren't talking about our lodge here in Pine Ridge.
Oh, well, lodge was he talking about then?
Well, that's something we got to find out.
Oh,
As soon as we find out what club or organization has that coat of arms for its insignia, then we'll have our first clue about who the baby is and where he come from.
Uh-huh. Well, I still say he's a heap too young to join a lodge here or any place else, Lum.
Abner, it ain't the baby that belongs to the club. It's more than likely his papa or his uncle or somebody like that. Whoever it was had the coat of arms engraved on the baby's locket. That's how the baby happens to have it.
Oh. Well, if they went to all the trouble of doing that engraving, well, what'd they go and cover it up with that gold paint for? We couldn't hardly see it at first.
I don't know. That's another one of the peculiar things we got to figure out.
Yeah, we ought to know that.
There must be something mysterious and secret about this club or whatever it is, or else they wouldn't want to hide the insignia this way.
Yeah. Well, I just don't understand none of it. Special how that baby ever passed himself off as 21 years old.
Oh, for goodness sakes, I told you, Abner,
the only way a young'un his size could get to be that old is to be a midget, Lum. Now, Doggies, wait a minute. You don't reckon he is a midget?
The baby a midget?
Yeah, you know one of them little fellas that never grows up?
Granny's, if that don't outcap anything you've ever studied up.
Why didn't you tell me he was a midget, Lum?
For goodness sakes, Abner.
Doggies, he sure don't look like one.
Howdy.
Oh, well, howdy, Grandpa.
Yeah, howdy, Abner.
Come on back.
Yeah, whereabouts is the little king at?
King?
Yeah, Charity heard all about it from Elizabeth. Well, how does it feel to have a baby king in the family? Well, that was sort of a mistake, Grandpap. Me and Abner discovered a coat of arms on that locket that was around the baby's neck, and we figured it might be a royalty of some kind, but Dick Huddleston said he's more than likely mistaken about it.
Yeah, Dick says that the baby belongs to some lodge, and Lum claims he's a midget.
Well, I don't claim no such a thing, Abner.
Well, that's what you said just before Grandpap come in.
I never done it.
You did do it, too, Lum. I still think you and Dick both is wrong, though.
Hey, let a feller get a word in edgeways here.
Oh, yeah, sure. Excuse us.
How does it feel to have a baby king in the family?
Huh?
Grandpap, we just told you that was a mistake. We seen this coat of arms, and that was all there was to it.
Yeah.
What coat of arms?
The one on the locket we found around the baby's neck.
The baby king's neck?
He ain't no king, Grandpa.
Whereabouts is the little rascal at?
Oh, he's over at my place.
Yeah, well, how does it feel to have a baby king in the family, Abner? For goodness sakes, Grandpap, if you'll just let us explain.
Grandpap, take a look at this locket here. Maybe that'll give you an idea what we're talking about. Here.
Yeah, locket, huh?
Yeah.
Whereabouts did you get this? Did you buy this for a present for the baby king?
Why, no, it come with him. Look inside of it, Grandpap. Open it up. Yeah, that's it. Just open it up and look in there.
Opens right up, don't it?
Oh, yeah. Now, look here. See that drawing engraved there? No, over on this side. Look right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's an insignia, a coat of arms.
Yes, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, sworn to goodness, that's peculiar, ain't it?
What's peculiar?
I saw this insignia summers. I don't know where, but I know I have summers.
You have? Oh, whereabouts was it, Grandpa?
I just can't recollect now. Let's see, where was that at? I saw it summers, so I know that.
Well, think hard, Grandpa. You've got to recollect where you
said. For goodness sakes, think hard, Grandpap. This is the most important clue we've got. In fact, the only one we got.
Yeah.
I see now. Wait a minute. I know. It was in the paper. That's where it was at.
The paper?
Yes, sir. You fellas got a copy of this week's paper around here somewhere?
Why, sure. Yeah, we got one. It's right over on the library table. Come on, let's look it over real quick.
Oh, wait a minute. You must be mistaken about that, Grandpap. A coat of arms wouldn't be in the paper. I think you're a little mixed up. No, I ain't. No, I saw it in there. No, I did. Very same insignia like this one in the locket there. The very same one.
Yeah, well, now, here's a paper, Grandpap. Now, show us whereabouts you seen it at.
Yeah, I'll show you. I've seen it if I can find it here. I'll show you Milford A. Spears don't get mixed up, neither.
Well, hurry up.
I've got to see this before I believe it.
Yeah, was it in an article or was it in the advertisement,
Hey, Chef
Grandpa?
Abner, let me concentrate here. Well, I do know.
Did you find it?
Yeah, listen to this. Mr. and Miss Irie Hodgkins and son Dillard journeyed to Cherry Hill yesterday to visit relays. Ira appointed Floyd Erda to take his place as fire watcher during Ira's absence.
Well, what's that got to do with the coat of arms?
Oh, yeah. Now, whereabouts did I see that thing? Forgot about that. I'm sure it's here somewhere.
Well, hurry up. Look
Maybe
the
it's
paper
over here
over
on the other page here.
Yeah, look it all over. Hurry up.
Near as I can recollect, it was, well, for the land's sake.
Now what's the matter?
Everett Colton and Buford Adams enjoyed a fishing trip over the weekend.
Oh, my.
They report a nice catch of 13 perch and a auto tire, which they turned over to the Rubber Salvage Committee.
Well, what of it, Grandpap?
Well, Buford's a very dear friend of mine, Abner.
Oh.
He's got a sister-in-law in Indiana. Melissa's her name.
Yeah, well, we ain't interested in that.
Yes, sir, they tell a funny incident about Melissa. Funny experience.
They do.
It seems that about 2 months before her and Buford's brother got hitched, Melissa got to worrying about whether she'd have enough nerve to go through the wedding ceremonies or not.
Grandpap.
She's afraid she'd get scared and lose her voice and not be able to say I do. So she went out and bought herself a parrot.
A parrot?
Yes, sir. That's what she done. Bought herself a talking parrot.
Ah.
Yes, sir. Melissa set up with that parrot day and night to learn him how to recite the whole wedding ceremonies.
For goodness sakes, Grandpap, we ain't got time to listen to this.
No, what about that insignia there? Where'd you find it?
Don't interrupt me, Abner.
Oh, my.
Yes, sir. After the parrot learned how to recite all that wedding lingo, him and Melissa had practiced all day long. Him saying, do you take this lawful so-and-so and so-and-so, and her answering, I do.
Grandpap, now you can't make us believe no such a story.
Abner, honest to goodness, it's the truth. So one day the parrot disappeared, and Melissa was so broke up over it she wouldn't go through with the marriage till they found Clyde.
Clyde?
Yeah, that was the name of the parrot.
Oh,
yes,
Clyde.
sir. Buford's brother hunted everywhere for Clyde, but he couldn't find him nowhere. So natural, Melissa wouldn't go through with the wedding.
Grandpap, give me that paper. I'll look for the coat of
Yeah,
arms.
take it, Lum. See if you can find it in there somewhere and hurry
Yes,
up
sir.
about it.
Buford's brother got hopping mad. He'd made his mind up that him and Melissa was going to get married, and he wasn't going to let nothing stop him.
No.
So, one night he throwed Melissa into his car and drove clean down across the Mexican border.
Paddle.
That's the truth. They seen a sign there said, speedy marriages at low rates. So they went inside, and guess who was in there doing the marrying?
Yeah, I know. You don't have to tell me. The parrot.
No. Oh, that's silly, Abner. Of course it weren't.
Huh?
It was some Mexican feller named Senor or something or other.
Oh. Well, did Melissa ever find the parrot?
No, she never did, Abner. The last she ever heard of him was he was running for justice of the peace in some small town in Nevada.
Justice of the peace?
Yes, sir.
Doggers, that's going too far, Grandpap. You can't make us believe no
Granny's Abner, Grandpap was right.
Huh?
Of course I'm right. Some town in Nevada. I know that. I recollect it. I don't mean that. Look here, Abner.
Huh?
There's that coat of arms, all right here in the paper. See, they're in the want ad column.
Well, I do know. That's it, just as sure as the world. What does it say there, Lum? What's that writing there?
Well, it don't say nothing, hardly.
Huh?
Just that picture of the coat of arms, and underneath it says, box number K691W, Kansas City.
Kansas City?
Now, what in the world can that mean? I know, I got it.
What is it, Grandpa?
The name of that town in Nevada was Dry Creek Junction. Yes, sir, that's what it was, Dry Creek Junction.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Doggers, Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, the mystery of the coat of arms and the baby's locket became a little more complicated yesterday when the old fellows discovered a copy of the coat of arms printed in the want ad column of the weekly newspaper. It was accompanied by a post office box address. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner in their Jotham Down store and library, deliberating over what they should do about the ad in the paper. Lum is talking on the telephone.
Well, no, Squire, we ain't wrote to that address in Kansas City yet. I reckon we ought to. Well, we're more likely to get around to doing it sometime. Yeah, we know its importance to find out who the baby is. Well, we'll take care of it, Squire. Yeah. All right, Squire. Not at all. Goodbye.
Squire thinks we ought to write to him, huh?
Yes, what he said.
Well, now, maybe he's right, Lum.
He might be, but I sort of hate to do it. The only reason Squire's interested in this because he wants to sell us an insurance policy for the baby.
Huh?
And he can't do it till we find out what the baby's legal name is.
Well, yeah, but I still think we ought to write to that place in Kansas City, though, Lum.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Just ask them what they mean by putting a picture of that coat of arms in the paper. There's something awful curious about that.
Yeah, whoever put it in the paper must have knowed we had the baby, and they must have wanted us to see it, or else they wouldn't have put it in the county seat paper here.
Oh, sure. They wanted us to see it. There ain't no doubts about that. No.
And they must not have wanted hardly anybody else to see it, because they printed the coat of arms and the address both just as little as they could get them in there.
Yeah, I read the whole paper, and I never even seen it in there.
Me too. Well, it takes somebody like Grandpappy Spears that reads every little bitty thing there is. He don't miss nothing.
Oh, no, he loves to read, yeah.
That's the first time his reading ever done any good for us or for him or for anybody else.
Yeah.
Ordinary just drives me stark raving mad crazy.
Sure. Well, do you want me to get a paper and pencil so we can write that letter to Kansas City?
Oh, I don't know, Abner. No rush about it.
Well, they must be expecting us to write to them, Mom, or else they wouldn't have put that address in the paper.
Yeah, you're more than likely right, all right.
Oh, yeah.
Just hate to do it.
Hate to do it.
Well, you see, here's the trouble. If they write back and tell us what the coat of arms stands for and who the baby is, then we'll just have to take the baby back to whoever it belongs to.
Oh, yeah, that's right, ain't it? I never thought about that.
Wish there's some way we could find out who this fella in Kansas City is without having to write to him.
Well, here, wait a minute. I know why don't one of us just go up to Kansas City and find out who he is?
Well, how could we do that, though?
Well, just go to that address and hide across the street and wait for him to come out, and we can follow him and see where he works and such as that.
Yeah, but wait a minute. He never give us no street address.
Huh?
All he is in the paper is just one of them post office box numbers.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Blame it.
Whoever the feller is, he ain't taking no chances on us finding out any more about him than he wants us to know.
No, he's a smart one. He sure is, yeah.
If there's just some way that we could... Wait a minute. Grannies, I believe I got an idea.
Huh?
I'll call up Ed.
Ed?
Yeah, you know, Ed Beckley, editor of the paper in the county seat.
Oh, yeah.
I'll ask him who it was that sent in that ad for him to print in the paper.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Ed ought to be able to recollect who it was, because it's such an uncommon thing for anybody to put in the paper.
Why, sure, Ed'll recollect that, he'll me.
Or must have sent a letter along with the ad telling exactly how you wanted it printed and all.
Sure.
I'll get Ed on a long-distance phone right now.
Yeah, that's your turn. Call him up right now. I'd doggy find out.
Get to the bottom of this thing, yes. I know it. I'd study up somewhere.
Yeah, that's good detective work.
Just hope Mamie ain't in a talkative mood today. All us has to know how everybody is.
Well, I reckon she gets lonesome sitting there by herself, all them wars coming in there.
Yeah, wait a minute. Hello, Mamie. I want to put a call into the county. Oh, this is Lum Edwards. Oh, I'm fine, Mamie. I want to call the paper to county seat. Abner, oh, he's fine, too.
Yeah, I'm feeling fine.
Listen, Mamie, will you put this call through for me right away? The baby? Yeah, we've still got him.
Yeah, little rascal.
Oh, he's fine. No, we ain't named him yet. Piedmont. No, I don't much believe he'd care for that name.
Name's Charlie Abner.
No, I don't believe Lambert would do neither.
No.
He don't look like a Lambert. Listen, Mamie, this call is important. No, Grandpap ain't been in today, so I don't know how he's feeling. Now, hurry up and... Well, wait a minute. Mamie, wait a minute.
What's the matter, Lum?
Oh, she says she got another call there. Mamie's, I put my call in first.
Who's the other call for?
I don't know. Mamie's a sweet girl and all that, but sometimes I wish she'd get herself a job in a defense plant or something.
Well, she just tries to be friendly, Lum.
Well, that's her main trouble. She tries to be too... hello, Mamie? Can you make that call for me now? Oh, it was. Well, that's nice. Now, hurry up with my call.
What is it, Lum?
Well, she just said that was Grandpappy Spears is making that call. She says he's fine.
Well, ask her who Grandpap was calling.
Mamie, who was Grandpa? Oh, no, we can't do that, Abner. Ain't polite.
No.
I don't think. What's that, Mamie? No, it weren't nothing. Just talking to Abner here. Go ahead and put through my call. I told you 100 times. The newspaper office at the county seat. Ed Beckley. No, Beckley. Well, I don't know how he's feeling. Just a minute. Here, Abner, take the phone. See if you can get this call through.
Yeah, sure, I'll do it. Yeah, here. Hello, Mamie? No, this is Abner. Oh, I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, little Pearl's fine. Well, Elizabeth's fine, too, except she's got some awful bad blisters on her hands from chopping wood. Oh, yes, they just look something awful. Well, you see, during them 3 weeks that she was gone, why, her hands got in awful bad shape. They got all white and soft, and she just can't do no work at all, hardly.
For goodness sakes, Abner, hurry up. You're worse than Mamie.
Say, Mamie, we want to... Oh, the baby's fine. Lambert. Yeah, that's a good name, but I believe I like Charlie a lot better, Mamie.
Abner, get the call through.
Mamie, will you call the newspaper office? Oh, well, good. Just a minute, Mom.
But tell her I'm fine.
Oh, well, here, take the receiver. She's already got your call for you.
She has?
Yeah, fella, there.
Oh, my goodness. Never thought. Hello, Ed. This is Lum Edwards. Oh, well, is Ed there? Yeah, I'd like to speak to him, please, sir.
Is he there, Lum?
Yeah, they're calling me.
Well, good for Ed. I'm glad he's there.
I hope he recollects. Hello? Is this you, Ed? This is Lum Edwards out in Pine Ridge. Yeah. Oh, just tolerably. Listen, Ed, do you recollect the ad you had in the paper this week? Well, I mean, it had a coat of arms there and a box address in Kansas City right under it. And that's all. Yeah.
Does he recollect it, Lum?
Shut that, man.
What's
that, Ed? It was. Well, I do know.
What, Lum?
He said it was in last week's paper, too.
Well, I never seen it.
Listen, Ed, who was it that put the ad in the paper? Well, didn't he sign his name to the letter? Oh, come right there to the office, huh?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, didn't he say what his name was?
Yeah, find out what his name was, Lum. That's the thing.
Well, what sort of a looking feller was he? Uh-huh.
I wish we had two phones so I could look.
No, I don't know nothing about it, Ed. I just seen the ad and got curious, is all.
Gives me the fidgets to sit here and not know what he's talking about.
You don't know what that coat of arms stands for, do you, Ed?
Get Norris and Jumpy the rabbit's nose.
You don't. Well, I won't bother you no more then. Much obliged for the information.
Get me one of them ickers.
Yeah, all right, Ed. Goodbye.
Did the feller come to the county seat and put the ad in the paper himself, Lum?
Yeah. So now we can't get his address from no letter.
Well, what did he look like?
Well, Ed said he was a tall, skinny feller.
Tall, skinny feller?
And had a gray suit, and Ed said he noticed the cuffs on his sleeves was wearing out a little.
Doggy, that sounds like you. You never put that ad in there, did you, Lum?
Of course not.
What, was he wearing a mask or anything?
No. The reason Ed recollected about it was because he thought he was cuter that a feller wearing a coat like that would have a lot of money.
Huh? What, did he have a lot of money?
I reckon so. Ed said he pulled out several $10 bills and paid for the ad in advance.
$10 bills? Doggies, I do know.
Well, that's about all Ed knows.
That young'un might be a king after all if that feller had a $10 bill. You know, that's a rich relate to have, unless he is something like that.
I just can't understand it, Abner. There's something curious going on.
Oh, there ain't no doubts about
Wish
it.
we could find out some more about that feller.
Me too. Doggies, we ain't much farther ahead than we was before we started, you know it?
Well, leastways we know it weren't the baby's mama that done it.
No.
And we know it was a tall, skinny... Wait a minute. See, that was our ring, wasn't it?
It might have been. I don't know. I never paid no attention and wasn't listening, I don't think.
Hello, jot 'em down, store and library. Lum Edder's talking. Oh, it's you again. You forgot to tell me what?
Who is it, Ed?
Oh, well, I'm glad to find that out. Much obliged. Yeah, goodbye.
What was it Ed forgot to tell you, Lum?
It wasn't Ed. That was Mamie.
Mamie? What in the world did she want?
Oh, she just wanted to say that she forgot to tell us that she's feeling fine, too. Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Aye, Doggies, Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum called the editor of the paper at the county seat and learned these meager facts about the strange ad in the paper. The one that contained a post office box number and a copy of the coat of arms found in the baby's locket. It was inserted by a tall, slender man wearing a slightly frayed gray suit. He gave no name or left any other mark of identification. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner in their jot-em-down store and library, still arguing over what course to pursue as far as that ad is concerned. Listen.
Well, Lum, if we don't write to that address in Kansas City, we won't never find out nothing about little Charlie Abner.
About who?
Well, the baby.
Oh, well, to be honest, Abner, I don't believe I want to find out anything about him.
Don't want to find out nothing about him.
Well, I know just as sure as the world we'll have to give him up if we discover who he is or who he belongs to.
Well, yeah, but I'm getting awful curious about that insigging on about the feller that put that want ad in that paper in there at the county seat.
Well, just don't let that curiosity of yours get the best of you. I think we ought to let well enough alone. The day we write to that box number in Kansas City, that's the day our trouble will begin.
How do you know it will?
I can just feel it in my bones.
In your bones?
Yeah.
You got the rheumatics?
No, I mean something inside of me says we oughtn't to get ourselves mixed up in this.
Something inside of you? Mean you talk inside yourself?
Oh, for goodness sake, no, Abner. I just got intuitions.
Huh?
That insignia more than likely belongs to some secret outfit, and I don't want to have nothing to do with no secret club.
Huh?
They might be a bunch of crooks or robbers for all we know.
They might, huh?
Yeah, desperados or bandits, kidnappers, pirates.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, no telling what they might do to us or to the baby.
No, the best thing for us to do is just forget we ever seen that insignia.
Well, I reckon you're right, Lum, but I still think...
You watch the store for a little while, Abner. I'm going over to see Dick Huddleston.
Huh?
I want to see if he knows anything about adopting babies.
Adopting babies?
Yeah, I'll be back directly.
Well, now, wait a minute, Lum. Are you aiming on adopting Charlie Abner?
No, I ain't. Because there ain't no baby by that name.
Yeah, well, just a minute now, Lum. I ain't going to let you adopt that baby. He belongs to me just as much as he does to
just a phone. That was our ring.
Oh.
I'll see you in a little while.
All right. Dad, blame it anyway. Hello, Jot 'em Down Store and Library. Abner Peabody doing the talking. Oh, howdy, Miss Bates. What can we do for you today? Mom? Oh, no, we ain't got a name for the baby yet. Arvo? Well, I don't know. I'll ask Lum when he gets back and see if he likes it. Yes, Mom.
Wonderful world.
Yes, Mom.
Excuse me, Mr. Abner.
Keep quiet. Mom, no, I was talking to Cedric. Yes, Mom. What else did you want, Miss Bates? Oh, all right. Goodbye.
Howdy, Mr. Abner.
Yeah, hello, Cedric.
Didn't mean to butt in on you talking on the phone.
Oh, that's all right. Weren't any importance, no way. Doggone, everybody calls up to give us a name for the baby, but they don't ever order no groceries or nothing no more.
Yes, well, look what I got here in this box, Mr. Abner.
What box? I don't see no box.
I'll be doggone. I must have left it across the street. I thought it was awful light.
Just a lucky thing your head's fastened on, Cedric. You'd forget that, too.
Yes, Mom.
What was in the box you did have?
A pigeon.
Pigeon?
A carrier pigeon. Yeah, I'm in the carrier pigeon business now, I think.
You are? Well, whereabouts did you get a carried pigeon, Cedric?
From Shorty Foster.
Oh.
Swapped my detective agency for it.
You're a detective agent?
Yes,
I
Mom.
thought that belonged to Mousy, the masked muskrat.
Yeah, well, it did belong to Mousy, but he wanted a retard, so he sold it to me. I got a bargain in it, too.
You did, huh?
Yes, sir.
How much did you pay Mousy for it?
Oh, I forget now, but I believe it was $80,000.
$80,000?
Yes, Mom.
Ah, you ain't got that much money, Cedric.
Well, we worked out a deal. Just paid part of it in cash. And
how much of it in cash?
90 cents.
Oh.
Then I'm going to work out the rest of the $80,000.
Well, how you going to work out that much money, Cedric?
Mowing his lawn every Saturday.
Oh, I see. Well, of course, that's going to take you an awful long time to pay off that amount, Cedric. Might take you a whole year to do it.
I don't care. It was a good bargain.
Yeah.
You got me into the carrier pigeon business. You got any messages you want to send any place, Mr. Abner?
No, I don't believe I have, Cedric. I ain't got no messages of no kind. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, wait.
Doggies, I wondered if I dare do it.
Dare do what, Mr. Abner?
Doggies, I'm going to do it, Cedric. I don't care what Lum thinks. I'm going to do it. Get a paper and pencil, Cedric. I'm going to dictate a letter to you right now.
Oh, boy, this is going to be fun. Where about some paper at over here?
Right over on the counter by the phone there. See that writing tablet there? That's the one.
You sure you'll send this by carrier pigeon now?
Well, I don't care how it's sent, just so it gets sent, Cedric. That's all I care about. But I don't tell Lum about this, so...
No, Mom. Is this paper all right?
Yeah, that's fine. Lum thinks we oughtn't to write this letter, but I believe we ought to. And if he thinks he can go ahead and try to adopt that baby himself, I know that I got a right to do this. You ready, Cedric?
Yes, Mom. Start dictating.
Dear... let's see now.
I got that wrote down. What's next? Dear who?
Dogged, I don't know what to put down there.
Well, who are you writing to? You're supposed to call him by name, dear, whatever his name is.
Well, this is a tall, skinny fella, I think, Cedric, but I don't know his name.
Oh, why don't you write to somebody you know? You can't say, dear, tall, skinny fella.
Well, no, but I can't find out nothing about the insignia that way, neither. It's got to be this tall, skinny feller, 'cause he's the one that come to the newspaper office and put that ad in there.
Ad?
You know, the one that had a picture, a coat of arms on it. Same coat of arms we found in that locket around the baby's neck.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I reckon it's all right.
Why, we found it in a locket he had on his neck there. And then we seen this ad in the paper, but the ad never give no name to it. It was just a post office box number, and Kansas City was the only address on it.
I tell you, how about saying, dear Fred?
Oh, no, couldn't do that, Cedric. If the feller's name weren't Fred, why, he'd think the letter was for somebody else and he wouldn't ever read it. Just put down, Dear Mister. That ought to do it.
Yes, Mom. Dear Mister.
Yeah.
How many S's in Mister?
Just 2, Cedric, that's all. Dear Mister, we seen your ad in the paper. Am I going too fast for you?
Yes, Mom.
Well, hurry up, Cedric. I want to get this dead before Lum gets back.
All right, I got it wrote down now. Go on.
Now, what does that insignia stand for? Question mark.
What does that, how you spell insignia?
Sig. S-I-G-G, G-A, N-A.
I-N-S-I-G-G-G-A-N-A.
Yeah, that's right. Now put down, we have a baby. No, better scratch that out. I don't want to know we actually got the baby. Put this down instead. Do you know any babies that has a copy of this insignia on their locket? Have you got that?
Not yet.
Well, hurry up, Cedric. While you're putting that
on it.
down, I'll get the envelope here for you to mail it in.
Insignia.
Now, sign my name to it, Cedric. Abner Peabody, Pine Ridge. Now, here, I'll put the address on this envelope while you're doing that. Let's see now.
Do you want yours truly wrote down here?
No, I ain't got time for that. Hurry up, Cedric.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, wait a minute. There comes Lum back already. Here, Cedric, put the letter in this envelope and get out of here just as quick as you can.
Well, I'll take it right over and give it to my carrier pigeon.
Yeah, don't say nothing to Lum now on your way out about this. Just keep right on going.
Yes, Mom, I will.
Oh, I hope Lum don't stop him and ask what he's got. That boy never knows the right thing to say. Yeah, howdy, Lum. You back already?
Whereabouts was Cedric going in such a big rush?
Oh, I don't know. I never paid no attention to him, I don't think.
Looked like he had a letter in his hand.
Did it? Well, reckon what that could have been. What did Dick say about you adopting a baby?
Oh, he was pretty unencouraging about it.
He was, huh?
Yeah, let me sit down here.
Yeah.
He said that a whole lot of legal papers had to be got up, and said if the baby's parents was living, I couldn't adopt him without getting their consent first.
Oh.
And we know his mama's living, because she's the one that brought him here to the store. Leastways, we think that was his mom.
Yeah, she appeared to be.
And I had it all figured out, too. I could just see his name at the top of the graduating class. Lum Edders Jr. the Second.
Junior the Second?
Yeah, but now I don't know what to do. Don't know which way to turn, hardly.
Well, maybe we ought to write to that address from Kansas City, Lum.
No, that's the one thing I know we oughtn't to do.
Huh?
That'd just get us in a lot of trouble.
Would, huh?
Of course it would. You can just get that idea out of your head right now.
Well, now, Lum, if we just wrote a little bitty letter to him and never asked him a whole lot about it.
Well, the letter's on its way, Mr. Abner.
Huh?
Say the letter's on its way.
Oh.
What letter?
One to Kansas City.
Oh, my goodness. Abner Peabody, did you go and write a letter?
Now, wait just a minute. Now, let me explain. Cedric has got this carried pigeon, and he...
Say, Mr. Abner, I forgot to tell you, my carrier pigeon don't go to Kansas City.
He don't?
No, Mom. He just goes to Shorty Foster's backyard. That's where all his flies do.
Well, why didn't you tell me that before I gave you the letter, Cedric?
Granny, this is the first good news I've heard today. Good for the pigeon.
Cedric, are you sure that pigeon don't go to Kansas City?
Yes, Mom, I'm sure. I happened to think about it right after I left here, so I mailed your letter to the post office instead. Now I know where you'll get it.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum. I believe you're right.
Now, see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, we may soon learn something about the mysterious person who ran an ad in the local paper bearing a copy of the coat of arms that was found in the locket around the baby's neck. Lum had decided that the wisest policy was not to communicate with the address given in the ad. But Abner's curiosity got the best of him, and he sent a letter in spite of Lum. As we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in their jot-em-down store and library. We also discover that this is one of the days that Lum gets to keep the baby at the store. Listen.
Lum, the baby's crying again.
Yeah, I can hear him. I got some of that canned baby food heating on the stove for him. He's hungry, that's all.
Oh,
I can't get over how much Elizabeth has spoiled him in the short time she's been taking care of him.
why, Elizabeth ain't spoiled him none.
She ain't.
No, sir.
Ain't you noticed how much more he cries now than he used to?
Why, he don't cry no more than he used to, Lum. And he hardly ever cries when he's over at the place there's Elizabeth.
How do you know? You ain't around home during the day.
Oh, well, Elizabeth tells me all about how he's getting along. Fact is, that's all of the first thing she tells me again I get home for supper about the baby.
She's just trying to give her up, that's all.
Huh?
She knows good and well she's spoiled, little Lum. She's trying to give her up.
She ain't no such a thing.
See if the baby's food's warm yet.
Yeah, I see. But now let me tell you this, Lum. Elizabeth knows how to take...
Abner, let's not argue about it. At least not while the baby's back there might not starving to death.
I believe it's warm enough, Lum.
Well, good. Get a spoon and... wait a minute. I believe he stopped crying, ain't he?
Oh, yes, I believe he has. I can't hear nothing no way.
That little rascal must have went back to sleep. Take the food off the stove.
Ain't we going to feed him now?
No, we'll wait till he wakes up. Can't wake a baby up and cram food down his mouth.
Can't, huh?
No, that ain't the scientific way to do it.
Oh, I don't believe that's the way Elizabeth does it.
Of course it ain't. That's what I've been trying to tell you. Elizabeth's spoiling that baby with her old-timey methods.
Old-timey methods? Now, listen here, Lum. You can't say that
Abner,
about...
I told you once we wasn't going to argue about this. Facts is facts. We may as well face them. I know this was going to happen to little Lum, but that's all going to be changed from now on.
Change?
Yes, sir. Starting today, we're keeping him right here at the store all the time. I've decided that definite.
Now, Lum, you said to yourself that me and you ain't fit to be bringing up a young'un. Leastways, not while we're still trying to run the store at the same time.
Well, I've taken care of that. Little Lum's going to have a nurse.
A nurse?
Yes, sir. A registered nurse. What do you think of that?
Well, now, where's he going to get himself a nurse?
He's already got one.
Huh?
Before you come in this morning, I put a call in on the party line and said I wanted to hire a good nurse. And right away, I got a call from Miss Blair.
Miss Blair?
Yeah, you know, Miss Macmillan's sister.
Oh, her.
She's a registered nurse now, and a good one, too.
And you hired her without talking it over with me?
Yeah, I didn't want to waste no time. She charges quite a bit, but I figure it'll be worth it. Uh-oh. He's crying again. Is that food still warm enough?
Wait a minute, now I'll see.
I was hoping Miss Blair would be here by now so she could take over.
I'm feared this stuff is kind of cold, Lum.
Well, put it back on the stove, then. This food's got to be just the right temperature, I know that. Miss Blair knows all about them things.
Well, I don't care what she knows. I don't believe you ought to went and hired her, Lum. We don't need her here.
Yes, we do now. Especially since you sent that letter to Kansas City yesterday.
Well, I don't see what that's got to do with it. All I done, the letter just asked them what that insignia stands for, and if they knowed any strayed babies that had the same insignia on a locket.
Well, that's enough to get us in trouble. And that's why we need somebody to watch the baby all the time and not let nobody kidnap him or nothing like that.
I believe this food's warm enough now, Lum.
Oh, well, take it back. Granny's, I believe he stopped crying again. He must have went back to sleep. Take the food off the stove.
Take it off? Well, now, Lum, I believe we ought to feed him.
No, let him sleep. It'll do him good. A growing boy needs lots of sleep. Anybody'll tell you that.
They will, huh?
Why, sure. Miss Blair will tell you that. Wish she'd hurry up and get here.
Well, now, Lum, I don't see how Miss Blair can keep the baby from being kidnapped.
Well, she can scream, can't she?
Scream? I reckon she can. I don't know her. What's that got to do with it?
Well, if she sees some suspicious feller sneaking into the feed room, she can holler out and we can rush back there and save the baby.
Oh, yeah, I reckon we could, yeah.
But that ain't the only reason we need her. You see, if any of the fellers from the secret club or whatever it is that's got that insignia come spying around here, I want to be able to show them that we're taking as good a care of that baby as anyone can take.
Well, Elizabeth can take better care of him than anybody else, and I know she can.
No, we need somebody professional, like a registered nurse.
Oh, prattle.
Somebody that knows the scientific way to do these things. Don't forget, Miss Blair went to college to learn all about medics and such as that. And since then, she's been practicing for several years.
Practicing for several years?
Yes, sir.
Huh. She can't get the hang of it, huh?
What do you mean, can't get the hang of it?
Now, Lum, if we're going to have a nurse, why don't we get one that knows how to do it, not one that's still practicing?
Abner, this is a different kind of practicing. It don't mean learning. It means actual working at the trade.
Oh.
Uh-oh. The baby's awake now. Hurry up and get his food, Abner.
Well, it's cold again now, Lum.
Oh, put it on the stove.
Oh,
Granny, can't you use your head once in a while?
well, every time I put it on the stove, you want me to take it off?
Wonderful world.
Oh, well, howdy, Cedric.
Yeah, hello, Cedric.
You're just in time to see the baby get fed, Cedric.
I wish you fellas would call me Mr. Cedric.
Mr. Cedric.
Yes, Mom. Mr. Cedric, president of the We Hunt Blindfolded Wildcat Carrier Pigeon Company, Incorporated.
Oh, I see.
I got a message here for you.
A message?
Yes, ma'am.
My dog is from that feller in Kansas City?
No, Mom, I don't think so.
Oh.
Abner, pay attention to the baby's food there. It ought to be warming up by now.
Yeah, I'll get it. I'm tending to it, right? Oh, he's waiting. He stopped again.
Granny's, he has, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, take it off the stove.
Well, now, Lord.
Take it off. I know what I'm doing.
Oh, my.
What was that message you got, Cedric?
It's from Miss Blair. She gave it to me just before she left town.
Left town? But she can't do that. I just hired her to work for us.
Well, I don't know nothing about that. She said this note would explain everything. Here, do you want to read it?
Yeah. I mean, she's got an nerve running out on us this way.
Yeah, what'd she say, Lum?
Let me get it open here first.
Huh? Oh, hurry up. What is it?
See, she says, Dear Mr. Edders, I'm very sorry that I won't be able to work for you. But I am leaving to take a much more important job. Granny's, I don't know what's more important than this job here.
I'm glad she's leaving. Yes, sir, glad.
Since talking to you this morning, I have learned of the great need for trained graduate nurses for immediate duty with the armed forces. 3,000 a month are needed, and they're needed right away.
Well, I do know. 3,000 a month. Doggy, that's a lot of nurses.
Yeah. I found you that ain't enough to go around, either.
Well, what else does she say there?
Where was that? And they're needed right away. I know it is no easy job I've picked out for myself, but when I think of our soldiers and sailors out there fighting and giving their lives for our country, I know that I must contribute myself and my training to take care and comfort these boys.
Well?
I feel that I must not fail in my duty. Hoping that you will understand, I remain your friend, Miss Blair.
Well, I do know.
Granny's Abner now. That's all right.
Yes, it
Makes
is.
me think a smart deal more of her, too.
Yeah.
I never realized before that women folks could be heroes just as much as soldiers can.
I never neither. A woman hero, that's what she
Here
is.
she is, giving up a good job here at home, making good money, and having all the comforts to join up with the Red Cross because she knows she can't fail in her duty.
Oh.
Now, there's a woman to be admired.
Good for Miss Blair. Wasn't that our ring?
I don't know. Answer it and see.
Yeah, I'll get it. Hello, jot 'em down, store and library. Abner Peabody doing the talking. Mom? Oh, just a minute. Say, Lum.
Yeah, who is it?
It's another registered nurse, she said, and she wants to know if that job is still open.
Tell her no.
No.
Yeah, I ain't going to hire no registered nurse when the Army and Navy needs them as bad as they do. Tell her no.
No, it ain't. Mom? But now, if you'll get in touch with the Red Cross, why, they've got a job for you. Yes, Mom, they're needing all the nurses they can get. All right. Goodbye.
Say, I believe the baby's crying. I think I can hear him.
Oh, well, you want me to put the food back on the stove, Lum?
No, I just thinking here, Abner. Take the baby over to your place.
To my place?
Why, sure. Elizabeth knows how to feed him. Hurry up. Don't just stand there with your mouth open. Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Aye, Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum decided against hiring a nurse for the baby when he realized how great was the need for nurses for the Army and Navy. And so the baby's back at the Peabody home, well cared for by Abner's wife, Elizabeth. For several days, the old fellows have anxiously awaited a reply to the letter which Abner sent to the mysterious person in Kansas City, the one who inserted an ad in the county seat paper bearing only a copy of the coat of arms and a post office box number. As we look in our little community today, we find that the day's mail has arrived, and with it, a letter for Abner Peabody from Kansas City. Listen.
Well, hurry up, Lum. Open up the letter. What does it say? What does it say, Lum?
Yes, I'm doing it as fast as I can.
Doggies, now we'll find out what that insignia stands for. Hurry up, Lum. Hurry up.
Don't get so excited. I just hope this letter ain't bad news for us. That's what I hope.
Well, leastwise, we'll know who the baby is that we've been keeping. What does it say, Lum?
Well, it says, Dear Mr. Peabody.
Well, how did he know my name?
Well, you wrote to him and signed your name, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Go on.
Dear Mr. Peabody.
He got that wrote down twice?
No, of course not. I'm just starting over.
Oh.
Dear Mr. I can write you only a brief note because it is too dangerous for me to write letters. Well, I don't see anything so scary about that.
No, I write them all the time. Ain't never bothered me to speak of.
I am quite certain that I am being watched constantly. Well, I can't write a letter somebody standing over me looking over my shoulder.
No, that's probably what's bothering him.
And I do not want to do anything that will jeopardize the baby's life.
Jeopardize? What does that mean, Lum?
I don't know. Don't sound good to me, though.
No. What else does he say there?
All I can tell you now is that I am a friend of the baby. Yeah, baby's got old friends, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Anybody old enough to write a letter like this?
Yeah, he's running around with the older crowd, all right, before we got him. Ain't no doubts about that.
I am a friend of the baby, and now that I have located him... Abner, did you tell him we had the baby here?
No, sir, I never even mentioned it. All I done in the letter was just asking if he knowed any babies that had that insignia in a locket. That's all I said.
Well, that's just the same as telling me.
No, it ain't, Lum. I never said we actually...
No use arguing about it.
No.
According to this, he knows about us having the baby, all right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah. And now that I have located him, I can work towards restoring him to his rightful position.
Well, I do know.
Guard the baby well until you hear from me again.
Is that all he says?
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't say.
What, didn't he sign his signatures at the bottom there?
No. All he is, here's a copy of that same coat of arms. See there?
Let's see.
Just like the one in the baby's locket.
Well, for the land sake.
Whoever that feller is ain't taking no chances on nobody finding out who he is. I'll say that.
He's tricky. I'll say that for him.
Yeah. Of course, I don't blame him. He says right in this letter that his feller's watching him all the time, spying on him.
Well, now, I reckon what they're spying on him for, Lum.
I don't know. I just hope they don't start spying on us.
Oh.
I told you we oughtn't to get mixed up in this, Abner. I knowed it would be something dangerous.
Dangerous?
Well, sure. Didn't you notice he said that it was even dangerous just to write us a letter?
Oh, my goodness.
And he said we'd better guard the baby, too. No telling what kind of trouble we're in for now.
Yeah, but now, Lum, he said he was a baby's friend. I recollect he wrote that right in a letter there.
Yeah, but I don't think we ought to put much dependence on that.
Hadn't I?
More than likely just trying to get us off our guard by such talk as that.
Well, what did he mean there by restoring the baby to something or other there?
Yeah, let's see. Let me read that again.
Yeah, come over that again.
What was
Didn't
that?
quite get you.
Here it is. Work towards restoring him to his rightful position.
Yeah, now exactly what does that mean, Lum?
Well, I don't know for sure. I think it means that the baby is supposed to be something important, but for some reason or another, he lost out getting to be whatever you're supposed... Wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Hi, Granny's Abner, you know what?
Huh?
He might be a king after all.
A baby king?
Yeah. I bound you that's what it is. More likely the baby king died, or the papa did, so naturally his youngin's supposed to follow in his papa's footsteps and take up the work. But on account of him being just a baby, some mean fellas around the castle done him out of his job.
Is that what happened, sure enough?
Well, I ain't sure, but that could have happened.
Yeah.
There's always them kind of fellers hanging around a king's palace that's trying to get hold of the government for themselves.
Why, them snakes in the weeds.
I've read about this same identical things happening in books 1,000 times.
Well, what country is he supposed to be king of, Long?
I don't know. That's what we got to find out.
Well, maybe that feller sent us a letter will tell us. He said we'd more than likely get another hearing from him.
Yeah, but I'd rather we found this out for ourselves.
You would, huh?
I don't know whether I trust him or not, Abner.
Oh.
Fact is, if we do find out what country it is, I believe we ought to take the baby back there ourselves.
Take him back ourselves?
Sure, not take no chances on letting this other feller do it.
Well, what if it's some country that's all clean across the ocean summers over
I don't care where it's at. I don't care if it's in Africa. We're going to take him there and see that he gets his job back.
Where, huh?
Yes, sir. We're going to run them fellers that's taking it away from him clean out of the country.
Dog, is that time?
Granny's wheel show.
Yeah, good for us. Well, reckon how long we'll be gone, Mom?
Oh, I don't know. It might take 2 or 3 weeks. Might even take... Wait a minute. I just happened to think of something.
Huh?
We might have to stay over there for several years, you know it?
Several years?
Why, sure. Somebody's got to stay there and see that them fellers don't come back and take the king's job away from him again.
Huh?
Don't forget, he's just a baby yet. He couldn't put up no fight again him.
Why, no, Doggy, that's right, ain't it?
Of course it is. And here's another thing. He ain't going to be old enough to learn how to run a big kingdom for a long time yet.
No.
We'll more than likely just have to stay over there and run the country for him till he gets growed up.
We will?
I'm feared so.
Well.
Fears like we'll just have to close up the Jot 'em Down store and pack up our things and move over there.
Well, Lum, I don't know nothing about running a kingdom.
Well, you just keep an eye on me. Watch whatever I do, and then you do exactly the same way.
Well, how'll you know what to do, Lum?
Oh, well, I'll be able to pick it up.
You will, huh?
I learn fast if I do say it myself.
Well.
Pick up stuff pretty quick.
Uh-huh.
Besides, I'm sort of a royalty myself, too, you know.
Royalty?
Well, I'm a relate to all them King Eddardses, I think.
Oh?
Same name and all.
Yeah.
It'll come natural to me.
Well, I hope we don't make a lot of mistakes. Don't want to ruin the kingdom before little Charlie Abner gets old enough to take it over for himself.
Well, don't worry, we won't. We'll have it on a paying base time he gets growed.
We will, huh? Good for us.
I've got a lot of good ideas I want to start over there.
Already?
Yeah.
Well.
First thing we ought to do is plan ourselves dukes.
Dukes?
Yeah, dukes or barons or princesses or marquises or esquires or something.
Yeah, well, which one of them is you going to be, Lum?
I don't know. I got to look up in the book summers and see what's the highest of them. Next to the king, of course.
You know, I believe I like Duke the best. Duke Peabody. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Duke Peabody. How do you do, sir? Duke Peabody's the name. Put her there.
Well, I don't believe that's exactly the way a duke talks, Abner.
Yeah, say, Lum, if I'm a duke, why, what'll Elizabeth be?
Well, Dukas, sure.
Dukeess, huh? Yeah. I can't hardly wait to see that in the paper. After visiting relates in Odin, Duke and Dukeess Peabody returned home Saturday. Duke reports a nice time was had by all.
Yeah, but you won't be going to Odin or coming back here, neither one.
Oh, huh?
Oh, you'll be a long way yonder from Pine Ridge. Be clean across the ocean, living in a castle.
In a castle? Will we sure enough?
I reckon so. That's where all them royalties live. Ain't nothing too fancy for them nobility.
I'll be John Brown, me and Elizabeth living in a castle. I just can't believe it.
And we'll more than likely be sleeping in a genuine feather bed with diamonds stuck in the bedpost.
Oh, my goodness alive.
Solid gold. Silk curtains and marble floors.
Ooh.
Eat off of them solid gold plates.
Oh, my.
Platinum knives and forks.
I wouldn't know what to do.
Silver goblets on the table.
Goblets? Them little men, you mean?
Little men.
Yeah, what are they doing up on a table? Get them off of there.
You're thinking about goblins.
Huh?
Goblets is fancy glasses. You drink lemonade out of at banquets. And there's another thing. We'll have a banquet every night, my night.
We will, huh?
Yeah, and then dancing girls dance for us.
Well?
Feller plays a harp, and we sit there and look bored to death.
Well.
Don't know what all they have, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
I know we won't have much work to do.
We won't, huh?
No, none of that. Just sit around the castle, go out and fish in the moat and stuff.
The moat?
That's the name of a creek they got running around the castle.
Oh.
Saw pictures of them in books.
Doggy, that'll be handy, you know. Just lean out of our window and fish whenever we want to.
Well, sure. Well, we'll actually be living like kings, sure enough.
Yeah. Say, Long.
You better start calling me His Majesty, Abner.
Huh?
Prince Count Eddards, Esquire.
His Majesty Prince Count Eddards, Esquire.
Yeah, that's what I decided on.
Huh?
Name for myself.
Well,
Yeah, I figure I better have all them names so that folks will know how important I am.
You might as well start practicing calling me that so you won't make no mistakes.
Well, that's a pretty long name for me to recollect to call you every time.
Oh, but that's the kind of names they use.
Tis, huh?
Another thing you ought to start practicing is saying whilst and wouldst and thou and thee and all such as that.
Do I have to talk that away?
Sure, you'll have to get used to it. I mean, thou wilt have to get used to it. They all talketh that away over there.
They do it, huh? Was that our ringing?
Yeah, I believe it was. Wilt thou get it?
Uh-huh. Hello, jot 'em down, store and library, Abner. Duke Peabody doing the talking. Mom? Oh, yes, Mom. Yes, Mom, right away. All right, Miss Eastron. Goodbye. Your Majesty, Prince Count Eddards, Esquire.
What is it thou dost wish, Duke Peabody?
Wilt thou deliver a bucket of lard to Lady Seastrong?
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
I dog his Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, the old fellow's received a short, ominous answer to the letter Abner wrote to the post office box number in Kansas City. There was no name signed to the note. In its place was a copy of the coat of arms found in the baby's locket. The note told Lum and Abner to guard the baby well and to wait for further communications, and informed them that the writer was trying to restore the baby to his rightful position. From this, the old fellows concluded that their foundling boy was the rightful but abandoned heir to some kingdom. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum in the Jot 'em Down store and library. Abner has just entered. Listen.
Yeah, morning, Lum.
Oh, morning, Abner. Never seen you coming.
Well, what in the world have you got your lodge robe on for, Lum?
Oh, nothing. Just, practicing up some lodge rituals for the regular meeting next week.
Oh, well, what do you need to practice for? You know all that by heart. Been saying it at the meeting for years. Facts is you're always bragging about never forgetting a word of it.
I know, but I've made a few changes in it, I think. I want to be sure I've learned them good.
You made changes in the lodge?
Here, unbutton them buttons in the back so I can get this thing off.
Oh, yeah, sure, I'll help you. Yeah, I bet you're smothering that thing today. Yeah, let me get them for you.
Yeah,
you know, Lum, I'm sort of worried about little Charlie Abner.
Little who? What did I tell you we was going to call him from now on?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. His Majesty the King. I'm sort of worried about him.
What are you worried about? That fella in Kansas City that sent us the letter?
No, I'm just, worrying. Well, I'm just worrying about whether that baby's very smart or not, Lum.
What do you mean by that?
Well, last night over at the place, why, me and Elizabeth and little Pearl was trying to learn him how to say some words. And he never learned how to say none of them. Not a word.
Well, he's too little for that, Abner.
Well, now, Elizabeth says he's old enough to where he ought to start talking little.
Oh, no, he ain't.
Well, Elizabeth says he is. So I told little Pearl to keep trying to learn him stuff today.
Well, he won't learn that away. You can't force them things on young'uns.
Well, no, maybe not. No.
When he's ready, he'll start talking.
Well, I just figure that if he's actually a king of some country, why, he ought to be smarter than the generality of young'uns. Kings is awful smart, ain't he?
Well, yeah, but not when they're still babies. That's just when they get growed up.
Oh.
And that's the reason we got to run the baby's kingdom for him for a few years.
Yeah. Well, I just wish he'd hurry up and learn how to talk. Then he could tell us what country he's supposed to be king of and save us all the trouble of having to find out for ourselves. I asked him last night, but he wouldn't say a word.
Well, of course not. He wouldn't know. He's just a baby, Abner.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We'll find out. I'm going to take that locket with the coat of arms on it over to Miss Frederick's.
Oh, over the schoolmarm?
Yeah, I figure she can look it up in some of them geography books and see if she can find out what country that insignia belongs to.
Yeah. Well, I don't see why we just don't write that feller in Kansas City again. He can tell us what it is right off.
No, I don't trust him, Abner.
You don't, huh?
No, I don't know why, but he might be mixed up with them fellers that's trying to get the baby's kingdom away from him.
Huh?
We're going to do this by ourselves.
Yeah, well, I reckon you're right. I just figured well, for the land's sakes.
What's the matter?
What's all them packing boxes doing piled up in the corner that-a-way?
What packing boxes? I don't see none.
Why, them right over here around this way, Lum, back there, that corner.
Oh.
Look there, your rocking chair sitting right up on top of them, see there?
I reckon how that could have got up there.
And look how them boxes is fixed. They make steps leading right up to the chair. That dog is Lum, there's something funny going on around here, you know what?
Funny?
Yeah, I better call up Uncle Henry Lunsford, the town marshal.
No, Abner, don't call him.
Yes, I am. It's that Kansas City fellers did this.
Abner, get away from that phone. I put them boxes up there myself.
You did?
Yeah, I thought I could get them back out in the feed room before you come in this morning, but I never. Getting down here early.
Well, what in the world's the idea of coming in here and stacking boxes up like that, Furlong?
Oh, I was just doing some practicing.
Practicing?
Yeah.
What for? Are you going to be a strong man in a circus or something?
No, I was just trying to fix up something that looked like one of them thrones that kings sets on in their castles.
Oh.
Takes a lot of practice to learn how to climb up on one of them thrones and get set down good without getting yourself all twisted up in them long robes that kings always wears.
Long robes?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you wearing your lodge robe for?
But don't let me catch you telling nobody about this.
Oh,
You sure now?
no, I won't tell it. Cross my heart. Doggies, I'd love to saw you. Did you climb clean up there and sit in your rocking chair?
Yes, I did. And get that smile off your face.
Let's see you do it again, Lum.
No, I ain't gonna do it.
Oh, now, come on, now. Put your robe on. Let's see how you do it. Come on, here.
I ain't gonna do it.
Oh,
now,
now, come
I
on.
said I weren't.
Oh.
I wish you'd stop grinning that way. This ain't no grinning matter. It's important.
Yeah.
I gotta learn all these things so I'll know exactly how to act whenever we get to that kingdom.
Oh.
Don't want the barons and the nobles and the dukes and all them laughing at me.
Yeah, well, here, though, Lum. What are you doing practicing getting up on the throne that way? You ain't gonna be the king. The baby's a king.
I know it, but we're aiming on running the kingdom for him till he gets old enough to handle it himself, ain't we?
Well, yeah.
Somebody's got to take his place. So I've decided to do my duty and volunteer to become the assistant king.
Assistant king.
Yeah. His Majesty, Prince Count Edwards, Esquire, Assistant King.
Huh?
And I'll have to have some awful big cards printed. Get all that on them, won't I?
Yeah, well, here, Lum, why can't I be the assistant king?
Because I've already appointed you a duke.
Huh?
You can't hold two offices in a kingdom, I don't think.
Well, you got a whole bunch of them there.
Well, that's different.
What's different about it?
Well, it's a matter of...
Huh?
well, it has something to do with... Thank goodness that's our ring. Answer that, Abner.
Yeah, well, tell me what the difference is, Lum.
Abner, I told you to answer the phone.
All right. I still won't gonna see why I can't have an office over besides Duke. Hello. Jot 'em down, store and library. Duke Peabody doing the talking. Oh, hello, Pearl. He ain't, huh? Well, just keep trying. He ought to learn at least one word today. Yeah, well, don't give up, honey. Just keep trying. Yeah, goodbye. See there, Lum, it's just like I told you. That baby just won't learn nothing.
Oh, for goodness sakes, I told you to stop worrying about that, Abner. He'll pick all that up when he starts to school.
Yeah, well, they ought to start learning before that, though, Lum. Fact's it. Doggies, wait a minute.
Now what?
Here, you never explained to me why you can be assistant king and I can't, Lum.
Well, that takes too long to explain that, Abner. Besides, you wouldn't understand it. It's awful deep stuff.
Well, how do you know what you can get to be the assistant king?
Oh, I ain't worried about that. I'll just pint myself, that's all.
Well, what if the people in that country don't want you for the job, though?
Oh, they'll want me all right. I'll be a hero to them.
A hero?
Why, sure. I'll be the one that brings back their lost baby kingdom. I'll be the one that gets shut of them snakes in the weeds that's trying to get the kingdom away from him.
Huh?
Oh, they'll love and admire me more than any one fella there is in the whole country.
They will, huh?
Why, sure. They're more likely to have a big parade for me.
Parade?
Oh, a big one. Run
Well.
for blocks and blocks, right past every palace and castle in the whole country.
Well.
I was studying about it this morning. I can see them now, carrying me on their shoulders, people shouting and cheering. Folks tearing up telephone books in little pieces and throwing them out of their castle windows. Granny Abner, that's going to be the biggest celebration you ever seen in your life. And then right the next day after I become known as a public hero, I'll get everybody in the kingdom on the party line public announcement. I'll tell them I'm willing to give up working at the Jot 'em Down store to become assistant king. Natural, they'll take me up on it.
Are you sure they will?
Why, sure. Fact is, they'll more likely get up another celebration for me when I take up my new office.
Another celebration?
Why, sure. Granny, them celebrations are going to wear me to a frazzle. I can see that already. I might have to cut down on them a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, say, Lum, I just happened to think of something here. This country now, it's a foreign country, ain't it?
Why, natural.
And the folks there then, they all talk them foreign languages, don't they?
Well, I reckon they will.
Yeah, I figured they would, because I've always heard them folks, they don't talk like we do in them foreign countries. They talk a different language, foreign language.
I know that.
Well, how will they know what you're saying then when you call them up on the party line?
Huh?
You said you was going to call them up on the party line, tell them that you'd be king if they wanted you to be assistant king, didn't you?
Well, that's right, ain't it?
Sure, they can't understand you getting you pint yourself assistant king, Lum.
Never thought about that before.
Well, what are you going to do about that?
Grannies, I don't know. I'm kind of old to start learning a whole new language.
Sure.
Wouldn't know which one to learn anyway.
No. Wouldn't know till you got there, and then it'd be too late.
Yeah. I'd take up Chinese and find out it's something else.
Yeah. Maybe Grandpappy Spears can learn you a whole bunch of them languages, Lum. I know he read that book on foreign languages we got over in the library.
Yeah, but he ain't actually learned none of them. He just thinks he has.
Well, he claims he has. He's telling me. And Doggies, wait a minute.
Now, what's the matter?
Well, here, I got to make a phone call right now, Lum.
Phone call?
I don't know why I never thought of this before.
Wait a minute, Abner. Who you calling? Grandpappy Spears?
No, I ain't calling him.
Well, who then?
Why, I've got to call up over there and see. Hello? Pearl? Yeah, this is your papa. Yeah, well, look, honey, you might just as well give up. Yeah, just stop trying to learn the baby anything, 'cause he can't understand a word you're saying. He's a foreigner.
Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
Doggies, Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
You know? Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum and Abner are still certain that the baby left in their care is the rightful heir to the throne of some country, and they're trying to find out what country it is so that they can restore his kingdom to him. They've learned no more about the identity of the mysterious person in Kansas City who wrote them a brief note warning them to guard the baby well and wait for further communications. As we look in on the little community today, we find the old fellows in their Jot 'em Down store and library reading a letter which has just arrived. Listen.
Dear Mr. Peabody, it is still too dangerous for me to send you any information by mail. But tomorrow night I will attempt to communicate with you by telephone. Be in your store at 10 p.m.
Is that all it says?
Yeah, that's all. Except it's got that same insignia and that coat of arms printed down here instead of being signed by the feller's name.
Well, I do know. 10 o'clock, huh? Is that when he's going to call?
Yeah, but we ain't going to be here to answer the phone. I can tell you that right now.
We ain't.
Of course we ain't. I ain't going to take no chances on getting mixed up with that feller. He's a crook of some kind. I'm right nigh sure of that.
Well, in the first letter he sent us, Lum, he said he's trying to help the baby get back whatever it is that belongs to him, and he claimed he was a friend of the baby's.
Yeah, but I ain't going to fall for that. I got way under too much sense to get fooled by that kind of talk.
Well, now, I believe we ought to be here anyway when he calls, Lum, and, well, just find out what it is he's got to say.
Yeah, you can be here if you want to. I know I ain't going to be nowheres around the store tomorrow night.
Yeah, huh?
Well, it's more than likely just some plan to get us down here after dark so they can kidnap me and you or something like that.
Well, do you think that's it, sure enough?
Of course it is. Nobody but an idiot would answer that phone tomorrow night.
They wouldn't, huh?
No, sir. Feller'd have to either be touched or not have no brains at all, one.
Well, if that's the case, well, I reckon we oughtn't to be here and answer the phone then.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
And even if he was friendly like he claims, which I doubt, he just want to take the baby back to whatever country he's supposed to be king of.
He would, huh?
And he just wants to do that so he'll get all the glory for himself, I know.
He does.
Of course he does. Wants to have all them parades in his honor and become known as a hero. Get himself appointed assistant king of the country.
Well?
Wants all them things that's supposed to happen to me and you when we take the baby back there. There's the most selfish, egotistical one feller I ever knowed in my life.
Well, here, wait a minute, old Lum. You don't know him.
Huh? That's right, ain't it?
Well, no, not that I know of, you don't.
I balance you I'd know him if I ever seen him, though. Snake in the weeds.
Well, I'd still like to know what he's aiming on telling us tomorrow night on the phone.
Now, listen, Abner, don't you go letting your curiosity get the best of you.
Well, ain't there some way, Lum, that we could just, sort of listen in on a conversation without actual talking to the feller?
No, they ain't. So just get that idea out of your head right here and now.
Well, couldn't we just sort of maybe come down to the store here and sit while the phone rings but not answer it?
No, we ain't going to do that even.
Well,
what good would that do anyway?
Well, I don't know. I just hate for somebody to call me and me not even talk to him.
No, we just be walking into a trap of some kind.
A trap?
Now, I told you we ain't going to have nothing to do with that feller, and I mean it.
You do, huh?
Yeah. I wouldn't come down here tomorrow night even if I wanted to, because I have to go to a meeting.
A meeting?
Yeah, school board's holding an importance meeting, and I got to be there.
Oh, now what's the importance about that meeting?
Well, you wouldn't understand.
What is it, Lum?
Well, Leslie Seastrunk's year is just about up as president of the school board, and I'm aiming on making a long speech telling them why I ought to be appointed president for next year.
Oh.
I was president once, you know.
Yeah.
And done good, too.
Well, I don't know about that. You was president of the school board there for quite a while till Ezra got it.
Got new blackboards for him.
Yeah, I know, but I've heard some good remarks about Ezra. They said that he's just been...
What she did?
Well, I don't know. Put a new roof on the schoolhouse, new steps out there in front.
Yeah, but he never went through the second reader himself.
Well, I don't know. All I heard was Grandpappy Spear said you was president of the board for 7 years, and all you ever done was get one little strip of blackboard.
Grandpappy Spear said that?
That's what he said.
Wait till I see him tomorrow night.
Well, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I heard. I ain't arguing with you. He might make a good president again, Lum. I don't know.
Well, you can see now how important it is for me to be there. But don't let that give you no idea.
What do you mean by that?
Just cause that I'm tied up there at the meeting. Don't let me catch you sneaking over here tomorrow night and answering the phone.
Oh.
You can answer it now, though. That was our ring, wasn't it?
I don't know. I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down Store and Library. Abner Duke Peabody doing the talking. Well, howdy, Miss Frederick.
Miss Fredericks. Here, I better take it, Abner.
Mom. Oh, you did, huh? Yes, Mom. Yeah, well, all right, I'll tell him. Yes, Mom. Well, goodbye, Miss Frederick.
What'd she say? Did she find out what country the baby's from?
No, she said she studied that coat of arms in his locket there and looked in all her school books, but never did find out what country it belonged to.
Oh, be John Brown. I thought sure she'd be able to discover that for her.
Yeah, me too.
Now, I don't know which way to turn.
My doggers, maybe we ought to talk to that feller on the phone after all tomorrow night.
No. Now, that's the one thing we ain't going to do. We'll figure this thing out for ourselves some way.
I don't know how we're going to do it. We can't get the baby's job as king back for him if we don't know what country he's supposed to be king of.
Well, don't you worry. We'll find out some way.
Man, I hope you're right.
More than likely what's happened is that bunch of crooks that's taken over the kingdom has changed the official coat of arms.
Changed it?
That's just what they've did. Show us the world.
Well, if they done that, wouldn't the old one still be in them books that Miss Frederick was looking in?
Well, maybe they changed it a long time ago.
Huh?
Maybe they're taking the kingdom over when the baby's grandpa was king or something.
They did.
Well, maybe the family's been trying to get the kingdom back for a couple of generations.
Generations?
Yeah, you see. Wait a minute.
Huh?
Just happened to think of something. You recollect the woman that brung the baby in here and left him that day?
Why, sure, I recollect her. That was his mama. Or leastways we think she was.
Well, I'm sure she was his mama.
Yeah.
And you know what that makes her?
Huh?
That makes her a queen.
A queen?
Yes, sir. A genuine royalty queen.
She never looked like a queen. She never had no crown or nothing like that on.
Well, of course not. She was in disguise.
She was, huh?
Why, sure. Incognitos.
Well, I never noticed it.
She don't want nobody to know that she's a queen. It's too dangerous because that bunch of crooks is after her.
Well, a queen wouldn't leave her baby and run off like she done, would she not?
Well, she never exactly run off. She just leaved him with us temporary.
Oh.
She's more than likely just hiding him here till it's safe to come back and get him.
Well, I do know. Think of that. I talked to a queen and never even noticed. I know it. I'm going to call up Elizabeth and tell her that right now.
No, don't do that.
Oh, it'll tickle her today.
I know, but we don't want everybody in town to know about this.
Oh, we don't, huh?
Yeah, we ought to help the queen keep her secret.
Oh.
Fact is, we ought to be doing something to protect her from whoever it is that's chasing her this way.
Well, I don't know how we can do that. Don't even know where the woman's at.
Yeah, I don't know. But a woman can't fight a bunch of crooks all by herself.
Oh, no, poor thing.
What she needs is a man to take care of her. Grannies, wait a minute. I just thought of something else here.
What's that, Mom?
If a feller marries a queen, he gets to be a king, don't he?
Why, I reckon so. I never thought much about it. What do you mean,
Nothing. Reckon that woman, the queen, you reckon she had anything in the back of her mind when she picked out us to leave the baby with?
Well, I don't know what was in her mind. Front or back, I ain't no mind reader.
Well, don't you recollect how she asked Cedric all about me, or us, before she come here to the store?
Oh, yeah.
How much money we was making, and whereabouts we lived, and what kind of fellers we was, and all such as that?
Yeah, I recollect that.
Granny, I wonder. I wonder.
What are you laughing about, Lum?
Oh, nothing. Abner, you said the other day that you'd sort of like to get to be assistant king, didn't you?
Well, yeah, but you said you was going to be that, and you said all I could be was a duke.
Well, I might be able to fix it up for you. I don't know for sure. Maybe I'll see what I can do.
Well, good for me. Hooray. Assistant King Peabody. All right, doggies. Wait a minute, though. What are you going to be, Lum?
Oh, I don't know. I ain't thought much about myself. I'll find something. Some little old job.
Well, do you want my old job as Duke?
No, I figure maybe the Queen will have something in mind for me.
The Queen?
Yeah.
Well, what if we don't ever see her again, no Lum?
Don't worry. I think she'll show up here someday and... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me see that note we got today.
Oh, why, it's right there on the counter right beside you. That's it, right there.
Yeah.
What do you want to see that for?
This is This don't say nowhere that it's a man writing it, does it?
Well, no, there ain't no name signed to it at all. Just that insignia, all.
So it could be a woman that sent this.
Well, I don't know no woman in Kansas City'd be writing to us, Lum. You said it's more likely some crooked fella that...
Get Ezra Seastrunk on the phone right away.
Ezra Seastrunk?
Yeah, tell him I won't be able to come to that school board meeting tomorrow night.
You won't? Why not, Lum?
Because I got to come down to the store and get a personal phone call from the Queen.
Phone call? Well, Lum,
Abner, don't talk back to a future king. You can't do that. I might have your head beheaded or have you thrown in a dungeon with the lions and the catacombs. You can't argue with a king. Granny's, Abner, I believe that's our ring.
I doggies, Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, a second letter arrived yesterday from the mysterious person in Kansas City. It informed the old fellows that this person would communicate with them by telephone tonight at 10. Lum is certain that the writer of this letter is the baby's mother, and because he believes the baby is the rightful heir to some unknown kingdom, he has figured out that the mother must be a queen. He also thinks that she might be considering him as a future husband to help her run the kingdom. As we look in the little community today, it's late evening, and we find the old fellows in their jot-em-down store excitedly awaiting the ominous phone call. Listen.
What time is it now, Abner?
I just got done telling you, Lum. It's about 5 minutes to 10.
5 to 10.
You might as well sit down, Lum. That letter said we wouldn't get the phone call till 10 o'clock.
Yeah, but Queen might call early, and I want to be ready for it.
Oh.
How do I look, Abner?
Why, you look all right, I reckon. You're a little pale looking, though.
No, I mean, how does my suit look and all such as that?
Huh?
Spent about an hour ironing my breeches.
Oh, hey, they look fine. Well, wait a minute here, Lum. What'd you get all dressed up for? She can't see over the telephone.
Yeah, I know, but I believe I can talk to her better if I'm dressed up. Sort of gives me confidence or something.
That is the silliest one thing I ever heard of. Dressing up to talk on the telephone.
Well, what's so silly about that? Besides, if I'm going to become a king, I ought to start getting used to wearing fancy clothes and all such as that. King's got to look like a king.
Yeah, well, now, are you sure this woman's going to ask...
This who?
Oh, I forgot. I mean, Her Excellency, the Queen.
Not Her Excellency, it's Her Excellency. Or something.
Well, whatever it is, are you sure she's going to ask you to marry her and become the king, Lum?
Well, I ain't for sure, of course. But I'll bound you that's what she's figuring on.
Tis, huh?
Yeah, that's more than reason why she picked out me to leave her baby with.
Well, she left him with me, too, and I know she ain't going to marry me. I'm done married.
Well, you just happen to be around here, that's all.
Huh?
She figured I'd get to liking the baby an awful lot, and that'd make it easier for her to talk me into becoming his papa.
Well.
Yeah, that's more than likely what she's figuring on.
Yes,
what time is it now?
Well, it ain't 10 o'clock yet. Why don't you sit down and stop getting so excited?
I ain't excited. Just wish she'd hurry up and call, that's all. Reckon she'll propose right away or just sort of lead up to it gradual like?
I don't know, Lum. I never have got engaged to no queens. I don't know how to do it.
How about she'll just come right out flat-footed and pop the question the first thing?
She will, huh?
Oh, yeah, them queens don't waste no time.
Well?
Yeah. I wonder where she could have found out about me.
Why, she found out who you was that day she come here to the store and left the baby.
Well, I mean before that. She had her eye on me a long time before she ever come here to Pine Ridge. I know that.
She did, huh?
Yeah, she must have saw my picture somewheres.
Now, where would a queen have saw a picture of you?
Oh, different places.
Where?
Well, don't forget my picture was in a magazine once.
Magazine?
The Midwest Merchants and Hardware Men's Digest.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Reckon she subscribes to that?
I don't know. What time is it?
Well, look up at the clock and see for yourself, Lum. I'm getting tired of telling you what time it is every 2 minutes.
It's almost 10.
Yeah.
Maybe I ought to practice up what I'm going to say to her.
Reckon what she takes that magazine for, Lum? Is she in the hardware business?
Huh?
What does she take that Hardwareman's magazine for? Is she in the hardware business?
Oh, no, of course she ain't. She's a queen.
Well, what would she want that magazine for, then?
I don't know. Whereabouts is that letter we got yesterday? Maybe that'll give me some idea what to say to her.
Well, you had it the last time I seen it. I believe you put it in your pocket a while ago there, in your inside coat pocket.
Yeah, I believe I did.
You know, maybe the queen figured she'd go into the hardware business if she didn't get her kingdom back long.
Yeah, maybe. Here's that letter.
Oh?
Dear Mr. Peabody, it is still...
Are you going to help her run the hardware store long?
Hush up, Abner. Can't you see I'm trying to read you?
Oh, go ahead.
It is still too dangerous for me to send you any information by mail. However, I will attempt to communicate with you by telephone. Be in your store at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Yeah, that don't give me no ideas.
Whereabouts is this hardware store at, Lum? In Kansas City?
What hardware store?
The one the queen owns.
She don't own no hardware store.
Why, she does, too. Didn't she just say that in that letter there?
Of course not. She didn't say anything like that, even.
Well, now, where did I hear that, then? I know I heard it somewhere.
No, you never. You just made that up out of your own head.
My own head?
Forget that and help me study up what to say to her on the telephone here.
Oh.
I'll tell you, you make out like you're the queen.
Huh?
You act like you're the queen calling me up on the phone. Practice.
Lord me, I don't know what queens talk about, Lum.
Well, I don't need. Just say something. We ain't got much time to practice. She'll be calling any minute now.
Well, all right.
2 minutes till 10.
Okay, let's see. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Well, don't just say hello.
Well, this is a long-distance call, ain't it?
Yeah.
Now, that's the way they always start out. Everybody always says hello for a long time first.
Well, skip over that part. Get down to where she starts talking.
Oh.
You don't have to talk fern.
Let's see.
We don't know what kind of a ferner she is.
No, I wouldn't know how to talk it noise. I don't believe I never have tried none of them languages. Hello? This is Her Excellency, the Queen, doing the talking.
Yeah, how do you do, Your Excellency? This is Lum Abner. How is everything, Your Excellency?
Oh, just fine and dandy.
That's good.
Been having a lot of fun. I went to a picnic yesterday. And I win a Cupid doll throwing at the cat rack.
Wait a minute, Abner. You're a
queen. And I win a cigar with the sledgehammer there. Rang the bell with it.
You're a queen. You don't do them things.
Oh, yeah. The hardware store's doing good.
Abner, I told you she ain't got no hardware store.
What happened? Did she lose it?
Oh, for goodness sake.
She ought to know better than to bought it in the first place. A woman don't know nothing about running stores and such as that. A woman's place is in the home. I've heard that summers before.
Abner,
but that's where it's at. Raising young'uns, chopping wood, plowing corn. That's
Abner,
where they ought to
that up. We ain't got time to discuss what a woman's... there she is, Abner. There she is.
Oh, I don't get you. Now we'll find out about that insignus and everything. Hurry up, Lum. Go ahead and answer it. Don't just stand there and answer the phone. Hurry up, Lum.
Granny's, Abner, I don't believe I can.
Huh?
I'm nervous and jumpy as a rabbit's nose. You answer it.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Huh?
Till I get hold of myself good.
Well, Lum, I don't know what to say to her, for the land's sakes alive.
Well, tell her you're my secretary.
Secretary?
Yeah, that'll make a good impression on her.
Oh.
Go ahead, Abner. Take her easy.
All right. Hello, jot him down. Huh? Yeah, this is Pine Ridge. Yeah. Is this the Queen? Oh.
Is it her?
No, it's the operator, she said.
Oh.
Hello?
I ain't got her yet.
Hello? Hello? Yes. Yeah, this is him.
No, I'm here. That's you. Tell her you're just a secretary.
I'm just a Huh? Oh, well. It's me they want to talk to, Lum.
You?
Yeah.
Granny, she must have got us mixed up.
Well, it ain't her, Lum.
Tell her who I am. We've made a mistake. Bound to.
This is some feller. Or else she's got an awful deep voice, one.
Some feller?
Yeah, I'm sure. Hello? What was it you wanted? Huh? Well, talk louder or shake up your phone. I can't hear you. Huh? Dangers? He said it's too dangerous to talk louder.
Here, let me take the phone. You get everything mixed up.
See if you can make it out. I can't tell.
Hello? Well, I'd love to speak to the Queen, please. The Queen.
Might be.
You know, the baby's mama.
Might be the king.
Yeah.
There. Can't tell.
She did. Oh, my goodness.
What happened, Mom?
Granny, I'm awful sorry to hear that. When did it happen?
What happened?
Oh. But wait a minute, though. She must be alive, because we've saw her since then.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, sir. She come in here and left the baby since then.
Ask him who gets a hardware store, Lum.
It weren't. Well, who was that woman then? Oh, I see.
Who was she, Lum?
He says that was a sister of the baby's mama. She's trying to get rid of the baby.
Get rid of? Oh, my goodness.
Hello, well, what she want to do that for? Oh.
What'd he say, Lum?
He said she wants to get everything for herself.
Why, Doggy, she's the one that's taking the baby's king job away from him then.
Hello? Say, would you mind telling us who you are? Well, why can't you? Secret.
Oh, my, I hope he ain't a ghost.
Well, can you tell us about that insignia, that coat of arms?
Yeah, find out about that, Lum. Find out about that.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know you used it to locate the baby, but I mean, who does it belong to? What country is it from? Huh? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, Abner.
What's the matter, Lum?
I just heard a gunshot.
A gunshot?
Hello? 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 Hello?
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Doggy's Lum, I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, Jot 'em Down store. This is Lum and Abner.
And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, the phone call with the mysterious person in Kansas City ended in a very abrupt and foreboding manner the other night. Just as the mystery man was about to reveal the significance of the coat of arms found in the baby's locket, Lum heard a gunshot, and the phone conversation was never finished. So the old fellows know little more than they did before about their foundling baby. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner and the baby in the Jot 'em Down store and library. Listen.
There he is, Lum. Got the baby sitting there in your rocking chair. Now what?
Now get me that fern book we got in the library.
Huh?
That book of foreign languages. One Grandpap's always reading out of.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah. You wait right here now, little Charlie. I'll be right back for you.
And don't call the baby Charlie. Granny, how would that sound? King Charlie.
Well, we could use his full name, King Charlie Abner. That sounds good.
That's even worse. Hurry up and get the book.
Is this it here? The one with the red cover on it?
Yeah, I believe that's the one.
Yeah,
Bring it on over here.
Yeah. It's the one that Grandpappy Spears always read.
Yeah, we start our experiments now.
Experiments?
Yeah. We're going to try out different foreign languages on on His Majesty. Then we'll see if he acts like he's familiar with any of them. That way we can tell what country he's from.
Oh, I see. Well, good for you. Well, you sure this will work now, Lum?
I don't know, but we'll have to try it because he's the only person we got left to find out anything from.
No.
Here, give me the book.
Yeah. That's it, yeah. What do you mean, though, by that he's the only one left?
Well, we know he ain't got no mama anymore.
No.
Leastways, that's what the feller told us on the phone the other night.
Yeah, that's what he claimed, yeah.
And according to him, that woman that left the baby here is a mean sister of the mama. She's just trying to get shut of the baby so she can get the kingdom for herself.
Yeah, I hate and despise that woman.
So, natural, we don't want to ask her no questions or have anything to do with her, far as that goes.
No, not a thing in the world. Don't want to get mixed up with her, I'll tell you that right now.
And we can't find out nothing more from that feller in Kansas City because he ain't living no more. Grannies, I wish you'd have told me what that insignia stands for before he got himself shot.
Well, now, are you sure that's what happened to him, Lum, when he got shot?
Well, you heard me talking to him on the phone the other night.
Yeah, I was right here, so I heard every word you said.
And all of a sudden I heard a gunshot, and he sort of moaned, and after that I couldn't get no more conversation out of him.
No, that sounds like he might have got shot all right.
And you recollect how he kept saying he couldn't talk no louder on account it was too dangerous?
Yeah, I recollect that. He kept saying that all the time.
That's what he's talking about. Oh, they got him just sure as the world.
You reckon it was that mean sister that shot him?
Well, no, I reckon it was somebody else that she got to do it for her.
Oh, yeah.
More than likely that bunch of crooks she's mixed up with.
Just about who it was.
And Grannies, they ain't taking no chances on nobody spoiling this for them, I'll say that. They're bound and determined they're going to get the baby's kingdom.
Yeah, dad blame snakes in the weeds. They ought to be ashamed of themselves.
But they're overlooking one thing, and that's me and you. There are two things. We ain't going to let them get away with it, Abner.
No, sir. Doggy's good for us. We'll protect him. Yes, sir.
Sure, them smart Alex a thing or two.
Yeah, it's our time.
Grannies, you know, Abner, me and you are just about the only relates the baby's got.
Relates? Are we related with him?
Well, no, I mean friends.
Oh.
Somebody to look after him, all such as that.
Yeah.
He's an orphan. That's what he is, orphan king.
Doggy, that's right, ain't it? Little orphan King Charlie. That sounds just like that poem, you know it. Little orphan King Charlie come to our house to stay, to wash the pots.
In this case, he ain't gonna stay, Abner.
How?
As soon as we find out where his kingdom's at, we'll get him back to his royalty castle. So fast it'll make that sister's head swim.
Well, good for us. That's the thing to do. Yeah, well, come on, Mom. Let's try out them languages and see if we can get this country business settled right now.
Yeah, let me look in the book here and find a good one to try out on him.
Don't wait a minute long. Look there. Little Charlie's fell asleep. Look at him.
Sitting up there in my rocking chair. Ain't that cute?
Yeah, look at him.
Pretty smart of him sitting up that way, you know.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him.
He's a cute one when he's asleep.
Yes, he is.
Never expected little mite there's a king, would you?
No, look at him. Got his thumb in his mouth. Oh, there he's away. He must have known we was talking about it. Yeah, hello, little fella.
Oh, he's a smart one, all right. Yes, sir. You're a smart one, ain't you? Look at him grin.
Yeah, bless his heart. Well, come on here. No,
He's developing some dimples. Look there.
yeah, I believe he is sure the world. Look there.
When he smiles.
Well, give him them foreign languages while he's awake, Carlo. Let's
He
try
may
that
be
thing.
talking now. He's trying to say something.
Oh, surely
I don't
not.
know what language it is.
That
Fern, though, I know that.
just sounds like a baby to me. I don't believe it
You see, I
is.
believe I'll try French out on him first.
French, huh?
Yeah. Now, listen to this good and close, little Charlie. Sit up there now. Je ne parle pas français. Did he look up or anything, Abner?
No? Just grabbed hold of his toes, all he done.
Well, watch his eyes this time. See if they get brighter or anything.
Yeah. Sure, go ahead.
Here's a good one. Be quiet now. Listen.
Yeah, pay attention now. Listen to Lum.
G. Vaus Su Haiti Lee Bon Jower. What'd he do this time?
Grabbed his toes again.
Well, what about his eyes?
Oh, no, he never grabbed them.
I mean, did they light up or anything?
Oh, dog it, I forgot to look at them. I was watching him.
Well, here, you take the book, and I'll watch for reaction. Or to know that couldn't put no dependence on you. Go ahead and give him a couple of lines there.
Well, Lum, I don't know these foreign languages.
Well, just read something out of the book there.
Well, is that all you have to do?
Sure, go ahead.
I see.
Now, wait a minute. Pay attention, little feller. See if you've ever heard this language before. Go ahead, Ed.
Let me find one here I can say. Dog, these the longest words I ever seen in my life in this book.
There. Hard to say.
Let's see here. Yeah, Ely, A, Moins, So, X, Anti, Ans. Leave it
No,
there.
I reckon that ain't the right one. His eyes never lit up or nothing.
Never, huh?
Just played with his toes, is all. Try some other language besides French now.
Was that French I just said?
Of course.
Doggies, I never knowed I could talk French before. Well, good for me. You know, that's a heap easier than I ever figured it'd be. You know what, Lum? I believe I'll call up Elizabeth right now and tell her I can talk that French language.
No, now, don't call her up.
What'd I say there, Lum?
I don't know. Look in the book there. Translation's right there.
What?
Tells what you said right there out from it there.
Oh,
Which line did you read?
Let's see now. This one right here, I believe it was. I forget myself right there. I believe that's it right there.
Well, all right. She said she is at least 60.
Did I say that?
According to the book, you did.
Who was I talking about?
I don't know. You
Well,
said it.
I must have had somebody in mind, Lum. I just wouldn't sit around and say she's 60 and not know who I was talking about. Let's see now, what woman do I know that's 60? I think Grandma Masters, I know, of course, she's way over 60. And so's Aunt Charity's beard,
For
Lum.
goodness sakes.
Well, just give me a little teeny hint, Lum. Just
little
one.
hint.
Yeah, I know. I can get this now if you just give me one little teeny weeny hint. What is the first letter of her name? What does it begin with?
Well, that don't beat the bugs fight. Give me that book back.
Huh?
I'll do the experimenting by myself.
Oh, now, wait a minute now, Lum. Wait a minute. Now, come on. Just give me the first letter. I'm good at things
I
like
ain't
this.
gonna do it, Abner. You get an idea like that in your head and you couldn't jar it out with a stick of dynamite.
Now, Lum, I can get the right answer to this. You ought to seen me over at the place last night working puzzles. I was good at it. Little Pearl said I was better than everyone in her class at school. That's
Well,
what
you
she
play
said.
with her then, because I ain't got time for no games.
Well, just give me the first letter. That's all I want.
Let me see.
C. Is that the letter? C. Oh, I know. Miss C-Strong. Is that it, Lum? Miss C-Strong?
Don't bother me, Abner. Can't you see I'm trying to concentrate on these languages?
C-Strong. That's the
I
only
believe
one
I'll
I
try
know.
Spanish on you this time.
My dog is, I never knowed Miss C-Strunk was 60. She sure don't look it, you know. How did you know that, Lum? Is this her birthday or something?
Hush up, Abner. All right, little Lum. Now, listen close to this.
Wonder if she's having a big birthday party again this year.
Abner, I told you to hatch up.
Oh,
Are you ready, little Lum? Your Majesty? Liguesta v. El Carnero Asado.
Huh?
That's Spanish.
Oh, you talking Spanish?
Yeah. Think so.
What'd you say?
Let's see. I'll have to read it here.
Huh?
According to this, I said, do you like roast mutton?
Do I like roast mutton? Oh, my, yes, I do. That's my favorite dish. Yes, sir. Is that what she's having tonight, roast mutton, Lum?
Well, who's having?
Why, you know, Miss Seastrong. Doggos, I'm glad you found out about this, Lum, you know it.
For goodness sakes, Abner, this roast mutton thing is just something I'm trying out on the baby.
On the baby? Oh, no, now, wait a minute, Lum. I don't believe he ought to be eating anything like that. That's a mistake. We oughtn't to let him have none. No, sir, Lum. No.
I never said he's going to eat any roast mutton.
You never?
Oh, of course not.
Oh, she's going to fix him something else to eat, huh?
Who are you talking about now?
Hi, Doggos, I better call up Elizabeth right now, Lum.
Elizabeth?
Yeah, I better get her before it's too late. Yeah, she'll be mad as she can be.
Now, wait a minute, Abner. Don't waste our telephone just to tell her you can talk French.
Well, I've got more to tell her than that. I've got to tell her we're going to... hello? Is that you, Elizabeth? Yeah, this is your man, Abner. Yeah. Say, Elizabeth, have you started supper yet? Well, stop it then right now. I don't care. Throw it away, 'cause we ain't eating at home tonight. No, Miss Seastrong's invited the baby and all of us over there for roast mutton. Yeah, she's having a big party. It's her birthday. She's 60-year-old. Yeah, Lum said she was. Yeah, wonderful.
Granny's, Abner. I believe that's our ring.
Hi, Doggos, Lum. I believe you're right.
I'll see. Hello, jot 'em down, store. This is Lum and Abner.
Let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum and Abner have exhausted all the means they can think of to learn the identity of their foundling baby boy or the significance of the coat of arms in his locket. And they lost their principal source of information when the mysterious Kansas City person apparently was shot during a long-distance phone conversation with Lum. They still believe, however, that the baby is an orphan and that he is the heir to some unknown kingdom. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner in the jot-em-down store and library talking on the telephone. Listen.
Well, no, Lum ain't here yet. I don't know where he's at. Mom? Who's eating up your grass? His horse? Why, Lum ain't got no horse. No, you must be mixed up, Miss Blevins. He can't even ride a horse. Yeah, well, I'll tell him when he comes in, but I know you're mistaken.
Morning, Abner.
Yes, Mom. Yeah, well, all right. Mom. Oh, goodbye.
Who is that you're talking to, Abner?
Huh? Oh, well, morning, Lum. I never noticed that you coming in.
Yeah. Who was on the phone?
Why, hi, Doggies, Lum. What's the matter? Have you got a broke leg?
Broke leg.
Facts is, you're walking like both your legs are broke.
I'm walking same as I always do. No, there ain't nothing wrong with me.
Well, you sure don't look good, Lum. Here, you better sit down. Here, take this chair. Rest up right now.
Yeah, I reckon I better. No. I believe I'll stand up today.
Stand up?
Yeah, it ain't good for a feller to sit around all the time. Makes him lazy and muscle-bounded.
Does, huh?
Yeah, the only way to run a business and make a success out of yourself is to be on your toes every minute.
Well,
I believe that's a new rule I'm going to make around here. Stand up during business hours.
huh. Well, I never seen you act this way before. You sure that you feel all right, Lum?
Of course I feel all right.
Well, now, I believe you ought to sit
No,
down.
I ain't going to sit down.
Well, I'm just trying to help you. Lum, did you leave a horse over there?
Horse? Wait a minute. How'd you find out about that?
Huh?
How'd you know I bought a horse?
Did you actually buy a horse?
Yeah, but I'm going to sell him again as quick as I can. Or get shut of him somehow. Give him away if I have to. I wouldn't have another horse if somebody offered to give him to me. Wouldn't even have Whirlaway.
Well, you better go over and get him, man, if that's yours, 'cause he's over at Miss Blevins eating up all our grass.
Well, let him eat it. Maybe Miss Blevins will scare him away. Then he'll get lost and won't never come back, I hope.
Well, Lum, if you didn't want him, what'd you buy him for in the first place?
I don't know. You wouldn't understand no way.
Wouldn't, huh? Whereabouts did you buy him at?
I got him over at Caleb Weehunt's blacksmith shop.
Caleb Weehunt? You don't mean that old white horse?
Yeah, he's sort of white.
That sway-back one?
He ain't sway-backed. Just got a nice arch in his back's all.
Well, it's upside down then, I'll say that for him. He's a sway-back of this one horse he is in this whole world. Grandpappy Spears claims that Caleb always has to put roller skates under the horse's middle before he can even get him to move.
He's just making that up.
He says he drags the ground, actually.
He ain't that bad. Besides, I figured it'd be easier to stay on that kind of a horse.
Stay on it. Was you actual riding him, Lum?
Why, sure. That's where I've been all morning.
I'd love to saw that.
Abner, cut out that laughing. Sound like a half-growed hyena. I told you to cut it out. I was just trying to practice up before we take the baby back to his kingdom. Don't forget all them dukes and princes ride horses.
They do.
Of course. You ain't never saw a knight ride up to the castle in a motorcycle, have you, or a bicycle?
No, I don't believe I have. Fact is, I don't believe I ever seen a knight ride up to a castle or anything else. Are you going to ride to the castle on that sway-back horse?
No, I ain't. That's what I had in mind, but I've decided I'm going to change that rule.
Change it, huh?
Just as soon as I get myself planted assistant king, I'm going to pass a law that says no horses allowed around the castle.
Yeah, huh?
That's what I'm going to do. I know after what I went through this morning, I ain't never going to get on another horse as long as I live. Now what are you laughing at?
I can just see you sitting on that horse, Lum. Did your feet drag on the ground?
Abner, I'm suffering enough without them smart tracks of yours. Now just hush up. Abner.
I can't help it, Lum. Every time I think of you and that horse.
If you say the word horse one more time, I'm going to whuck you right on top of the head with something. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I understand.
Well, that's better. Abner.
I never said nothing.
Well, see that you don't neither. Wait a minute, ain't that Squire Skimp coming up out there? More than likely wants to sell us that insurance for the baby.
Oh, yeah, him.
He's getting to be a nuisance with that.
Yeah.
Don't tell him nothing about the baby being a royalty king.
What, don't he know it?
No. He knows about the coat of arms and the baby's locket, but I ain't never told nobody about the baby being an orphan king.
Well, why don't you want Squire to know, Lum?
Oh, you want to sell a baby a bigger policy then. You know, one of them king-size kind.
Oh.
I've heard of them summers, I think.
Yeah, I believe I have heard that name myself. Mind out. Here he comes.
Yeah, howdy, Squire.
Well, gentlemen, how are my good friends today?
Oh, just tolerably, Squire, just only tolerably.
And the baby?
Oh, he's just fine.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Yes, indeed. By the way, Lum, have you any more information relative to the little rascal's identity?
No, we ain't found out nothing about him or his relates, neither one.
No more communication from the gentleman in Kansas City, I don't suppose.
No, not since that time he phoned us long distance.
Long distance?
Yeah, we talked to him, but we never found out nothing then because he got shot right while we was talking to him.
Got shot?
Yes, sir. I heard the shot and everything. Talking away there, and he said it was dangerous for him to talk on the phone that way.
He did?
Yeah, he said he couldn't talk very loud, and directly I heard a gunshot, and there weren't no more talking from him, so they must have got him.
Very strange. It's very mysterious indeed, Lum.
That's more than likely what happened. Of course, he couldn't talk and tell me what happened.
No.
I had to use my imagination.
Yes. Well, I was just on my way back from the post office. I stopped in there hoping to receive a letter today which might shed a little light on this matter for us.
Letter?
Yes, however, it hadn't arrived yet.
What letter are you talking about, Squire?
Oh, well, Lum, knowing how anxious you are to get this matter concerning the baby cleared up, well, I took the liberty of contacting a genealogical research bureau in Chicago.
You contacted what? Now, come over that again, Squire. Jumped a track there a little.
Well, that, Lum, is, it's a big company that specializes in looking up family histories, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, trace a man's family for him, that's what it is. And they do a good thorough job of it, too. You see, I sent them that newspaper ad, the one that contained a copy of that coat of arms in the baby's locket.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I sent that along with the request for a comprehensive report on the family that it belonged to. And that should give us all the information that we desire.
Well, just a minute here, Squire. Don't you think you got a nerve doing this? Butting in on this thing?
Why, sure, that baby's left with us, not you, Squire.
Well, now, gentlemen, I was only acting in behalf of the best interest of both you and the baby when I did that.
Yeah, you mean you's acting in your own interest?
What's that, Lum?
All you want's to find out who the baby is so you can sell us an insurance policy for him.
Why, Lum? Well, yes, I will admit that I do possess such intentions as that, but only, I repeat, for the baby's best interest. I want to see that you provide a future for him. Safeguard him from financial worries and stress. Guarantee his education. Provide a home for him.
I know. You went into that before. We've heard that 1,000 or 100 times.
Yeah, more than that, even.
Well, I'm sorry that you gentlemen feel this way about it. However, since the deed has been done, why, I can't take it back now. We're going to hear from that company up there. I know that. And as long as we're going to get a letter from them tracing the family, why, we may as well avail ourselves of the report when it arrives from Chicago, Lum. You might as well take advantage of it.
Yeah, reckon we may as well.
Why, of course you had, Lum. Yes, find out who the baby is. In fact, I'll bring it over to you the minute it gets here, Lum.
Yeah, do that, Squire.
Oh, be glad to. Well, I've got to get back to place. I'll see you... Oh, wait a minute there. I almost forgot. Here's a postcard I came for today. Dick Huddleston asked me to drop it off here as I went by.
Oh, yeah, much obliged.
Yeah, here, I'll take it, Squire.
Yes, all right, Abner. Well, good day, gentlemen.
Yeah, good day. So long, Squire. Now, Squire, I'll find out about the baby being a king. More than likely, he'll want to get in on the kingdom now.
Yeah, he'll want to make a subdivide out of him. That's all he always wants to do.
Want to be trying to run things.
Yeah.
He'll try to be assistant king.
He will, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to have trouble with him.
Oh, I was fair to that.
Who was that postcard from?
Forgot. Let's see here. Get my specs on. Oh, it's from old man Quincy, Lum.
Old man Quincy?
Yeah.
What does he want?
Let's see, he says, Dear Lum and Abner, I cannot pay my grocery bill again this month. Well, he ain't paid his grocery bill yet this month, has he?
He don't mean pay it again this month. He means last month he couldn't pay it, month before last he couldn't pay it, and he can't pay it again this month.
Oh, yeah, I see. However, I would like to clean up all I owe you for the past year, so I am sending you...
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing.
Well, finish reading the card.
Well, I can't. It's all blurred, I think.
Abner, you ain't telling the truth. What does it say?
Well,
Go on. What's he sending?
a horse.